You know that feeling, right? You set a huge goal for the new year, you're all in, and then a few weeks later, it just fizzles out. Well, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you the problem isn't you? What if it's the playbook you've been using? Today, we're going to talk about a much smarter system for making real change, the 2026 reset. So why does this happen to pretty much all of us? The reason our big plans fall apart isn't because we lack willpower. It's because our system is broken. We treat change like it's a sprint, but really it's about building a whole new engine for how we live our daily lives. And a huge part of that broken system comes down to this number. We've all heard the myth, right? It takes 21 days to form a habit. Well, turns out that's not really true. A major study found the average is actually 66 days. So if you're not on autopilot after 3 weeks, you're not failing, you're just normal. And this gets to the very heart of the problem. We sit around waiting to feel motivated. But motivation is just an emotion. It's fickle, it comes and goes. Relying on it is pretty much the #1 cause of procrastination. The real key is to have a system that works even on the days you're just not feeling it. Okay, so to build that system, we have to start by understanding something huge. The actual definition of success has changed. The old school methods, the hustle culture stuff, they just don't fit with what the next generation is actually trying to achieve. And you can see the shift right here. We're moving away from that straight line up the career ladder where material wealth was the main scorecard. The new definition, well, it's about the whole picture. It's about well-being, doing work that actually aligns with your values, and finding a real, sustainable balance between work and life. And listen, this isn't just some vague feeling in the air. This is backed up by cold, hard data. A recent survey showed that a whopping 76% of Gen Z workers prioritize work-life balance even more than salary. That's a massive strategic shift that changes everything about the kinds of habits you need to build. This quote just perfectly captures the why behind it all. This focus on wellness isn't just a nice to have. It's an active response. It's a quiet rebellion against a work culture that, for decades, has pretty much glorified burning yourself out. This is about building a life you can actually sustain, not just a resume. So if we're going to build these new kinds of sustainable habits, how do we do it? Well, we have to become what you might call a habit architect. And that just means understanding the simple, predictable science behind how our brains create all of our automatic behaviors. At its core, a habit is really just your brain's way of being efficient. It's lazy in a good way. When you do something over and over, your brain just goes, okay, I got this, and puts it on autopilot. It's a neural shortcut, freeing up your conscious mind to worry about other things. And every single one of those shortcuts, the good, the bad, all of them, runs on this super simple 3-part pattern. It's called the habit loop. First, there's a cue, which is just the trigger. Then comes the routine, that's the action itself. And finally, the reward, the little bit of positive feedback that tells your brain, hey, let's do that again. If you understand this loop, you can change anything. So, the first tool for our Architect's Toolkit is a brilliant little thing called habit stacking. It was popularized by James Clear. The idea is so simple. Instead of trying to find a brand new time and place for a habit, you just stack it right on top of one you already have. Your current habit becomes the cue for the new one. Now for our second tool. This comes from a Stanford researcher named BJ Fogg, and it's a game changer. The secret to bypassing that need for motivation is to make the new habit so small, so easy, that it's almost harder not to do it. We're talking less than 30 seconds. Like, instead of floss my teeth, it's floss one tooth. Instead of do a workout, it's do 2 push-ups. Okay, we've got the science, we've got the tools. Now let's put it all together into a plan you can actually use. The 2026 reset is built on this really elegant 3-step framework. First you reclaim, then you reinvest, and finally you accelerate. And the order here is absolutely critical. You have to do it in this sequence. First, you reclaim your focus in your mental space by cutting down on all the digital noise. Then, with that new mental energy, you reinvest it into powerful habits for your mind and body. And only then, once that foundation is set, do you accelerate by bringing technology back in, but this time as a tool, not a distraction. So for the reclaim phase, you turn off all those pointless notifications. But the single most powerful thing you can do is to create a phone-free bedroom. Seriously, buy a $10 alarm clock and charge your phone in the living room. This one change can radically improve your sleep and your morning focus. It is a total game changer. Now that you have some focus back, you reinvest it. And these aren't just fluffy, feel-good ideas. Things like drinking water first thing, getting some sunlight in your eyes, and just moving your body for a few minutes, they are neurobiologically profound. They directly affect the chemicals in your brain that control focus, mood, and stress. You are literally setting the tone for your entire day. And finally, you accelerate. This is where you reintroduce technology, but on your own terms. Instead of your phone being a distraction machine, it becomes a powerful lever for productivity. For instance, a tool like Motion can automatically reorganize your entire schedule if a meeting goes long. Others, like Notion AI or Notebook LM, can act like a second brain, helping you learn and create way faster. All right, theory is great, but let's make this super real. We're gonna put every one of these concepts together, the habit loop, tiny habits, stacking, into one clear, simple example that you can literally start tomorrow morning. Okay, let's say your big goal is to start journaling. So, the cue is pouring your morning coffee. You already do that every day. The routine is tiny. You're just gonna write one single sentence. That's it. And the reward is immediate and satisfying. You take that first sip of coffee and you say to yourself, I'm a writer. See, this little 5-step process is the blueprint for literally any new habit you wanna build. So, that really just leaves us with one final crucial question. This whole reset isn't about some massive, painful overhaul overnight. It's about starting with one small strategic change. So, what is the one tiny habit you can stack on top of what you already do tomorrow morning to begin your own reset?